If you ever heard about tax, well, you got the right video. I'm gonna show you what tax is specifically. So, without further ado, let's roll the intro. It's been said, there are two constants in life, debt and taxes. But first, let's talk about history of tax. According to Wikipedia, the first known taxation took place in ancient Egypt around 3000 to 800 BC. Egyptian pharaohs used tax collectors, called scribes, to collect money from their citizens. This wasn't typically an income tax. Instead, it was a tax on a specific type of good. Once, the pharaoh charged tax on cooking oil, for example. Tax scribes would travel around to audit Egyptian houses to ensure they were using an appropriate amount of cooking oil, and that they were not using all leftover oils as a replacement for oil. The Egyptian pharaoh wanted the citizens to use the cooking oil because they earn tax revenue from it. According to Investopedia, taxes are involuntary fees levied on individuals or corporations and enforced by a government entity, whether local, regional, or national, in order to finance government activities. In economics, taxes fall on whomever pays the burden of the tax, whether this is the entity being taxed, such as a business or the end consumer of the business goods. To help fund public works and services, and to build and maintain the infrastructures used in a country, the government usually takes its individuals and corporate residents. The tax collected is used for the betterment of the economy and all living in it. In the US and many other countries in the world, taxes are applied to some form of money received by a taxpayer. The money could be income earned from salary, capital gains from investment appreciation, dividends received as additional income, payment made for goods and services, etc. There are 6 types of tax in Indonesia. Let's start for income tax. Income taxation is subject to provincial government regulation defined by the economic realities of that particular area. As mentioned above, the poor denizens are exempt from almost all taxation. Next, corporation tax. Companies in Indonesia are taxed at a rate of 25% for both domestic and international source income. Resident Indonesian companies are required to withhold tax at a rate of 20% from payments to foreign companies. And next, property tax or millage rate is an ad valorem tax on the value of a property, usually levied on real estate. The tax is levied by the governing authority of the jurisdiction in which the property is located. This can be a national government, a federal state, a country, or geographical region, or a municipality. And now we move on to number 4, value-added taxation or goods and services taxation. A goods and services tax or GST is levied at the rate of approx 10% at point of sales by major vendors. Sales and services tax are exempt from cottage economies and industry. And 5, land and constructions tax. Land tax and tax for the buildings constructed thereupon must be paid annually or may be paid via arrangement in 10 years block by Indonesian land title deed holders, pursuant to relevant criteria for exclusions. In general terms, this tax is applicable mainly to those of the middle classes and upwards. Landholding business must also pay this tax. And now last, vehicles. Passenger vehicles tax is required to be paid by all owners, the rationale being those fortunate enough to afford a motor vehicle can afford to subsidize their poorer brethren who rely on far less luxurious public transportation. Again, regional government legislators the specific definitions regarding this tax. The functions of taxes are a manifestation of their essence. They are a means to represent the characteristics of taxes. The functions of taxation illustrate its social purpose of the value-based distribution and redistributions of income. Each of the functions fulfilled by the taxation instrument is a manifestation of an internal features. So that's all. I hope you like it, and don't forget to keep yourself healthy because this pandemic it's getting worse. Okay, that's for it. I hope you like it. Bye bye.